If there is any sort of sitcom or animated show, there most likely is also a wrestling episode. It's kind of a rite of passage to have an episode where one or many of the characters either go to a wrestling show or end up being part of a wrestling match of some sort. Today, I wanted to revisit some wrestling-themed sitcom episodes and see how those stack up against the real thing.
Hulk Hogan hammering away. Home make a live ball pop.
Come on, Hulk! Get him, Hulk! Come on, Hulk!
Here comes the Hulk.
Oh! Hulk's the man.
Because Hogan's not.
I have a question though. What's going on with Hulk Hogan's hair?
Full disclaimer here, I've seen this episode like 1,000 times. This is probably my go-to episode other than Flowers for Charlie. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a show, it's a sitcom about 5 of the most horrible people you've ever met. Mac, Dennis, Dee, Charlie, and Frank spend most of their days at their bar, Patty's Pub, and they're always trying to find ways to make money quick. The show opens up with Dennis watching Hulk Hogan versus Nikolai Volkov from some time ago, and Dee, which is Dennis' twin sister, questions Hogan and his silky Chinese hair. Dennis explains to her that this is just pretty much Hogan's signature look, and Frank gets pissed at Dennis because he says that the whole thing is pretty awesome, but it's actually fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about, fake? It's not fake. Those guys got bashed and bloodied. I've seen guys get pounded in the ring.
It's still fake, though, dude.
The B plot of this episode is Dee trying to seduce this soldier out of money, most likely, by going as the Third Rose. The guys get pretty upset at this, so Dennis, Mac, Frank, and Charlie start going on about how no one respects the troops or America, and it would be a great idea to do something for them.
What's the best way to celebrate America, boys?
Hulk Hogan is a man possessed for the love of his country.
I'm wrestling.
So next we go to Mac, Charlie, and Dennis, and they're just some random indie show, and they are watching the Maniac wrestle. So Mac goes over to the guys, he has some snacks, and he's like, I booked a venue for a show. They gave me a discount because it's for the troops. So the gang tries to book the Maniac, which is actually played by Roddy Piper. They try to book him to be in their show and to maybe teach him how to wrestle a little bit. The Maniac is clearly unwell. He tries to give the guys an autograph, but it's clearly just a parking ticket.
This is a parking ticket.
Betcha you have fun with it, okay?
Actually, sir, I don't know if this is too forward to ask you this, but we're putting on a wrestling match for the troops coming home from overseas, and we were thinking maybe we could get you to wrestle in it.
Piper is so good. He's clearly doing like Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler. The Maniac is clearly some sort of journeyman wrestler. So the gang asks him about the match that they're putting on. And by the way, I kind of hate this. Why do non-wrestling fans always call it a match? It's never just a match. It's like several matches, maybe like between 5 and 10, something like that. It's a show. It's a show with a lot of exhibitions, sometimes championship matches, but it's not just a match. Anyway, the guys ask the Maniac if they can book him and see what kind of race he's got, and right away he goes into it. It's 30 for weekdays and 50 for weekends. Kind of an eye-opening moment for the guys because they can clearly afford this. We go back to Dee, and she's waiting at the bus stop for the soldier that she's been chatting with online. Frank is also there now and says that maybe he can tell the soldier about the show they're putting on and maybe try to give him a gift of some jean shorts.
Got him a little welcome home gift.
Jean shorts?
Dee changes her mind about the soldier when she sees that he is coming out of the bus and he's in a wheelchair. So she kind of lies to the soldier and says that she's not the person he was talking with. It was actually her friend.
Thank you for your service.
Baby, I could be to a kiss from a rose. Back at the bar, the Maniac is having a phone conversation, and I think it's going pretty well.
$15 co-payment! He shouldn't die! Ah, shit!
So we're back to the guys trying to plan their entrance for the match, and Frank interrupts them again to explain this gimmick of the trash man.
I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage.
Obviously, the guys say that this has nothing to do with the troops, so they ask him maybe he should be the ref instead. The guys, on the other hand, are going as the Birds of War. with a song and dance, and they will soar to the sky. But Dennis maybe doesn't like the idea too much because it sounds like they're just birds, and maybe that's just not badass enough.
Hi, thank you for stepping in as Desert Rose.
Ah, no problem. I've dated a lot of disabled men in my past, so...
So Dee's now at the restaurant with Artemis, she's a recurring character in Always Sunny. She's explaining to her that she has to be Desert Rose, and Artemis is just cool with this because she's a scammer like the rest of them. Dee sends her away to go meet the soldier that's at a table that's not too far from them, and once she comes up to him, the soldier just gets up like nothing ever happened. Dee's of course not happy with this, and she wants back in, but it's a little too late. Turns out the soldier just twisted his ankle, and he was just resting for a little, but the shorts fit him great. Thank you, Frank. That's a true patriot right there.
I was thinking. I brought some.
You just hit.
Just props I was bringing.
That's not a prop though. That's sharp razor wire.
The maniac is getting some stuff out of his car, and he's got a spool of barbed wire. Some people think that the barbed wire in matches is fake. It's not fake, it's real. It's just a little gimmick. Mac is like, hey, maybe we can do some traditional wrestling, right? And the maniac is like, nah, nobody really cares about that old stuff anymore. I do wonder though, that the show is set in Philadelphia, pretty much the home base for ECW, so I can't imagine that Charlie, Mac, and Dennis never went to the 2300 arena during the peak years of ECW. Anyway, the maniac says people love blood and starts going about how the guys remind him of his kids, but maybe he doesn't have kids anymore. Not sure what that means.
Okay, all right. We got a problem. I don't know what is he talking about with his kids? Did he kill his kids? He just drifted away. And
the guys are really concerned about the maniac being an actual maniac, and maybe they don't want to wrestle anymore. So their next move is to have their friend Cricket do the match instead of them. Now the guys are having a crisis about their gear looking a little ridiculous.
We look like assholes. They didn't turn out the way that I had envisioned. I'm getting more of a chicken vibe.
And it does look ridiculous, but they have convinced themselves that maybe it looks okay. Do we think Lyra Valkyria had any inspiration from the Birds of War? I'm just saying. Dee asked to sing the national anthem, and as always, the guys just kind of blow her off. Frank storms in. He interrupts the scene a lot. He's just like a plot driving device sometimes, at least in this episode.
I got a big problem with the maniac. Big problem with the maniac.
oh, what the hell did he do? Did he kill somebody?
Unpaid parking tickets.
Unpaid parking tickets?
The maniac is getting arrested because of his parking tickets, of course. And he says he loves them, and before he could finish his speech, he just get taken away. Now that that's happened, Frank suggests bringing in the trash man out of retirement. Okay, so, sorry, full disclosure, this episode, I've seen it a lot, but it's been a while, and I don't remember the Taliban because that's a crazy ass name, bro. What the hell are we doing here? The Birds of War are out next, and they do their little song, and the crowd does not pop even a little bit. It's like the silence is a little disrespectful.
No, cut it, not that one. I'm not.
Dee reveals that she's the real Desert Storm, and the Taliban attacks her with a chair, which puts a ton of heat on him. The match starts, and the first thing the Taliban does is throw salt at Dennis.
Oh, come on, Ref, is that even legal? I didn't see nothing. Dude, Cricket's gone crazy, man.
Mac doesn't even want to try to get in the ring because he knows he's gonna get sand in the eyes, so he just kind of runs away. Trash Man comes out of retirement and he hits the Taliban with a trash can, and he's pretty jacked up. Taliban does probably the craziest blade job I've seen since Eddie Guerrero, Judgment Day 04, or maybe Frank actually gets him for real. Whatever it is, the gang is all over the ring, and Frank takes advantage of the situation to get a big pop from the crowd, like a true professional.
I knew this shit wasn't fake.
I love this episode a lot, mainly because it's a wrestling episode, but also because it introduces two of what are some of the better recurring characters in Always Sunny, which is Ben the Soldier and the Maniac. And they're actually also involved in another really great episode, Mac and Dennis Buy a Timeshare. I recommend you watch that. So how does this stack up against the real thing? Actually, I think it's fairly good. They all do the wrestling moves with the understanding that it's fake, but then when they attempt them, they actually get hurt. Except for Frank though, because that man knows how to work a crowd. I also like how the Maniac is portrayed as this just like really weird guy, just kind of says shit, because you will find a wrestler like this at a show, at a local show. But these guys are there. They're way past their prime. They're at your local high school, wrestling for little to nothing, just for the love of the game.
Okay, what? Have you seen these pieces?
The breast pieces? No.
Let's finish the puzzle, then you can keep the little booby pieces.
Workaholics is a show about 3 friends, Adam, Blake, and Durst. They work together at your average telemarketer company, and they also spend their time drinking, partying, and doing all sorts of shenanigans. I do hold this show dear to my heart because it was something that I actually used to like DVR back in the day. And for some reason, I actually have zero memory of this episode.
Okay. Yeah, I do have them because I've really got into breasts lately.
Adam and Blake are putting a puzzle together, and Darius walks in to tell them about their rent being late. Which it always is, according to Adam. But to put money together, they think maybe they can use some of the stuff around the house.
You thinking garage sale?
No.
Brutus Beefcake!
Back at the guy's job, they run into a guy asking them to take a picture with one of their co-workers, Bill. Turns out Bill actually has a show on public access in Rancho Cucamonga. They think that they should also have a show, which obviously turns into them wanting to do a public access wrestling show.
Okay, I'm actually very psyched for that because I know we have casually mentioned starting a federation, but it is a dream of mine.
And they are extremely confident that people are going to pay to see this.
Welcome to the Front Yard Wrestling Inter-Rancho Wrestling Championship match. Let's get sweaty and wrestle!
I do love the idea that you can just get on public access because they're just looking to put shit on at like 3 a.m. in the morning. We cut to the Front Yard Wrestling Federation where Eskimofo is facing Adam for the Front Yard Wrestling Inter-Rancho Cucamonga Champion. Hold on. The Front Yard Wrestling Inter-Rancho Championship. First try. Adam is literally just Adam with a bandana and Slim Jims. And now that I'm watching this, I actually kind of remember it a little bit more. It's like slowly coming back to me.
Oh, and they are dancing.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Was that cool?
Yeah, man, he's already sold it. He tricked me.
Real quick though, you're the jabroni.
What? No.
Bratty Cathy is ringside with her dad, the commissioner. And it looks like we're doing a McMahon-Hemsley angle here since Bratty Cathy is dating Eskimofo, but she pulls a double cross and she's actually on Adam's side.
Boyfriend and my favorite wrestler, Eskimofo, win the match.
Is now the time? No, I actually want Adam to win. Woo!
What?
Ow! Ow, what's going on? Yeah!
The guys are now sitting watching the commercial for next week where we have our first special event, Rentalmania 1, where Eskimofo will face Adam in a ladder match. Back at work, Bill comes up to the guys to congratulate them on their new show that apparently took his time slot.
Also heard they were gonna give you my 4 a.m. time slot for something called Rentalmania.
Shut up. We got the 4. They said that?
4 a.m. is a primetime slot for public access. The same guy from earlier comes up and is super hype that the Front Yard Wrestling guys are at the office, so he gets a picture with them. The guys then set up an interview on Bill's show to promote their next event. The interview doesn't go super well. Bill says that Adam pretty much sucks and Eskimofo is a caricature of indigenous people, and he kind of is. Bill also for some reason has clips of Native Americans saying how offensive it is. Where did he get that? Bill is just trying to instigate shit because they took his time slot, and the guys just pretty much tell him to fuck off.
So that's what this is about. Okay, you know what? We're done with your name calling and your gotcha journalism. It's time to go.
Get out of here.
All you guys, get your crew Hit the bricks!
The guy's landlord, Dell, played by Ben Stiller, shows up because, of course, Bill snitched on them. Fucking bastard. Sorry, that was a little much. And he also...
Dell Jacobson, you're the landlord of this home, correct? What do you think about your tenants running an illegal wrestling business on your property?
Wrestling? Is that what... That's what all that is? You're doing a wrestling tournament?
They try to tug on Dell's heartstrings because he used to be a wrestling fan, but he just wants to shut him down because of the liability. Later on, the guys are just kind of chilling on the roof thinking about how they're going to be evicted since they won't be able to get the money together to pay for the rent. But this doesn't stop them from running Rental Mania anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Unfortunately, I have some tragic news. Z.A.M.A died this weekend. There will be no ladder match. There will be no wrestling.
Adam is now under a new gimmick, that of a cat. Catum.
And even more tragic news, Eskimofo also died this weekend.
Blake also shows up under a new gimmick, the Erasist. As in erasist, like erasist, like eraser, but like erasing you know what? Doesn't matter.
Tell him.
We're not friends.
Okay, look. Your boy stole $100 from me the other day. I'm gonna let that slide if you just say you're my friend, all right? Just say it. Do it. Do it.
We're friends.
Ha-ha! Yep!
The match for the title is now underway. Erasist. Their landlord Dell is back, and he calls off the match and evicts the guys. Okay. Erasist and Catum are going back and forward as the commissioner says that whoever wins will also win his daughter's hand in marriage. A classic Vince-ism.
Dell, you can evict us all you want, but I think we're gonna finish this match.
Yeah!
Not on my property, you're not.
Oh, damn! Wait a minute, it just got real out here. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Now, commentary is still calling the action, so is this a work? Is this a shoot? What's going on? This is like their version of the Montreal Screwjob, right? Same thing. You guys know about the Screwjob? I know they've never talked about it ever on anything, so maybe I'll make a video explaining you the Montreal Screwjob so you can learn about it for the first time ever, right? Dell obviously doesn't like this and he starts kicking everyone's ass. He hits a double clothesline, a suplex, another clothesline, and chokeslam and puts Adam in a sleeper. Dell is like a real worker, okay?
Break his ass, Blake! I can't, man! His forearms are too strong! He scooped so much ice cream!
Dell finally beats the guys and tells them he's taking their security deposit. A classic fucking landlord, man. And he takes advantage of the TV time and promotes his ice cream shop as well. Again, classic landlord. Dell goes for the belt since this is a ladder match. But the guys work together to put him through a table. And Dell actually just no-sells that shit. We're back at the house. And Dell comes into the house with ice cream. So it was a work, but he still hates Adam. Dell seems pretty happy with the show, and the guys pay him for rent.
And I think after my plug hits the air, my cold stone's gonna be blowing up.
You know what else is about to blow up? Your brain, dude, because we got your rent right here.
Oh, thanks, man. You know the next month's rent due in 2 days, right?
This is a fantastic episode, okay? It's a classic story of overcoming the odds. Ben Stiller is a really good guest star here, and he fits really well in this world somehow. It's probably because he's just a professional. I wonder if he's a wrestling fan, though. As far as the wrestling itself, again, very on point. Adam and Blake are kind of talking to each other when they start a match, and they have somewhat of a layout of what's going to happen, what they want to do. There's a clear miscommunication as to what's going on, but it all just kind of works out in the end. I'm going to get heat for this next one, but I am not a fan of That 70s Show. I think it's funny enough. I think there are truly funny people in it, but they are side characters. Fess is just weird and horny, and I kind of hate Eric, and it doesn't help that he asked God to kill Peter Parker. You want to talk about, oh, it's on site when these two see each other. Eddie Brock literally prayed on Spider-Man's downfall. Literally. He went to church to ask for a guy to die. That's a hater. You guys gotta step it up.
No, we so did it. You're always saying that you did it.
We start in Eric's basement, and Eric is played by Topher Grace, where Kelso, played by Ashton Kutcher, is talking to Hyde, played by Pist, and Fest, played by Pedophile. And Kelso is bragging about having sex with his girlfriend Jackie. Donna and Jackie get there and they're watching wrestling on TV, where they advertise that Rocky Johnson is going to be at a show coming up.
Rocky Johnson's coming to Kenosha? Oh man, we gotta go.
Oh man, I love midgets, man.
Eric, I need to see you up here.
Okay, I'll be right up.
While this is happening, Eric's dad, Red, calls him upstairs, and he just kind of says whatever, but eventually he goes upstairs. Eric gets in trouble for not taking some books to the library. Red wants him to take the books back to the library right then and there, but Eric says no, and they kind of do like a face-off kind of deal.
Are you telling me no? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
First impressions here, Fess has insane hair. It's awful, horrible. And I guess I haven't seen enough of the first season, but the intro's different. It's not the regular hanging out. It's like a different version. Unless I was like Mandela affected somehow.
Kitty, he said no to me.
Well, he's getting older, Red. I think it's time you two developed a friendship.
Red and Kitty are talking about what happened, and Kitty thinks Red is a little bit too hard on Eric. Next, we check in on Donna and her parents, and they're talking about possibly going to therapy. Donna runs away, and her parents just kind of bicker. Then, we go back to the foreman's house, where they're having dinner. Red is trying to have a conversation with Eric instead of just barking orders at him. Riveting stuff here. From the conversation, or lack thereof, we learn that Red is actually a wrestling fan, and Eric is already planning to go to the match. It's a show. It's a show with a lot of exhibitions, sometimes championship matches, but it's not just a match. We check back in with Donna's mom, and she's in therapy. And before we know it, we're back to the guys getting ready to go to the show. Red and Eric are now arguing about who's gonna drive the car, and Kitty just kind of forces Red to just let Eric do it. Red just has enough of the gang just trying to kill each other in the backseat, so he starts driving instead of Eric. And can we just get to the wrestling part, please?
This is ridiculous. When we get home tonight, you better tell your mother we had a damn good time.
We finally make it to the show, and Red is still pissed, and more now because beer is so expensive. Anyway, Hyde says that women are hell, and that was the first legitimately funny part of the show, because I'm not letting this fucking guy tell me that women are hell, okay? And I'm just gonna wrap up this therapy storyline. I mean, I don't know. It's just not that funny. I doubt it'll even matter the episode after this one. Finally, we get to see some wrestling adjacent stuff, and Rocky Johnson is fighting some little people, so Red is finally having a good time. We also get two local wrestlers fighting, played by Matt and Jeff Hardy. We get more about Kelso and Jackie's relationship. Whatever. Hyde tries to buy beer, and he's underage. Oh. Later on, Eric is trying to get an autograph from Rocky Johnson, played by actor Dwayne Johnson. I wonder if there's any relationship there. So they sneak into a locker room area, and Rocky Johnson is just okay with it. A guy that's there that's maybe the promoter is like, no autographs please. But Red is like, I killed a man. So he's like, maybe one autograph is fine. Rocky Johnson also during this exchange brings up that his son is going to become the most electrifying man. I don't know what he means by any of this. They get back home, and I guess Eric and Red fix their relationship a little, so they wrestle around and they don't talk about their feelings.
Yes! Who's the king? Who's the king?
My neck.
Oh. Gosh, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Look, I had no idea.
Now who's the king, huh?
Obviously, extremely biased review here. I don't care much for this show. There is not nearly enough wrestling to warrant the the involvement from WWE on this one. They co-signed this atrocity of a wrestling episode. I don't think every episode of That 70s Show is like this, but this one's just really bad. As far as the actual wrestling, it's fine. Matt and Jeff, they know what they're doing, obviously, so they have a fine match. The way wrestling is presented, though, is very goofy and just kind of nonsensical. The boys are just okay with fans coming backstage, and I feel like that would be highly frowned upon. Workaholics and Always Sunny treated wrestling as part of the episode rather than just something that happens within the episode, and it made it come off a lot more genuine, even if their objective was to poke fun at wrestling itself. Sitcoms and TV in general have a funny relationship with wrestling. Most of the time when there is a wrestling episode, wrestling is called fake, but then treated as a complete shoot. From what I remember in general, when someone gets into a wacky situation where they have to wrestle or be in some sort of match, it seems like they always end up getting hurt. There are now several wrestler turned actors with varying degrees of success, but you cannot deny that John Cena, Batista, and The Miz are not only great actors, but they can be very funny. I love to kind of do the inverse of this, and instead of doing shows with wrestling in them, maybe I'll watch shows with wrestlers doing guest spots on the shows and see how they do in that environment instead. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, share with all your friends, tell them about me, ask them, what's your favorite Marine movie, and why is it Marine 3 Homefront? Thank you for watching. I am Carlos, and this is Midcard.